You're killing me, Smalls.
We making movies, no acting in. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS shipping packages. I'm smoking weed out them packages. If I ain't got a gun, I'm stabbing it. I got some leftover lean in the cabinet. I can hit your little hoe when she happy. Poke on that pussy shit like it's a top in it. We making movies, no acting in. I'm fucking Instagram action shit. UPS doing the packaging. I'm smoking good ass weed out them packages. I can't lie 'cause I ain't capping it.
Welcome back to the DNA podcast. It's your boy D.
It's your boy Antonio. Let's get to it.
This week we're going to just discuss the golden era of cartoons. Well, cartoons through the history, through the first few animated shows we remember, through what we consider the golden years to the current years. Yeah.
So what's the first cartoon that you remember watching?
Bro, it's been so long that it's a toss-up between, like, Dexter's Lab, Johnny Bravo, and I think Powerpuff Girls. Can't really tell you which, like, I don't have a definitive which was which, but it's,
yeah.
I feel like it's one of those.
I think the first cartoon the first memories I have are Tom and Jerry, and it's mainly because I was raised by old people. So like,
I've always hated Tom and Jerry.
really,
I like it a little bit more now, but even back then I knew that shit was kind of wash, rinse, and repeat. And well, you know, some shows, for the fact that it's one of the first ones, can't be mad at it.
mm-hmm.
But, you know, some shows can get away with that because it's dialogue. Man, I knew them niggas was mute from the beginning. Like, this is stuff that when people hear, like, oh, they didn't talk. No, shit.
Some characters didn't talk in it, which was great. Like, but Tom and Jerry never talked.
Or, like, they could say
or they did talk.
one
It was
word.
like them
Yeah.
singing. Yeah.
Like, act or hell. Like, but, like, even then, it was just too much wash, rinse, and repeat. Looney Tunes, too. Looney Tunes, the original one, something that I also did not like. But I think that may be the first show I watched because I was with my grandmother all the time.
So you didn't like the Bugs Bunny.
I only like the Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck episodes. Looney Tunes is revolutionary because, like,
Interesting.
it had all the other characters, but I hated Tweety Bird, I hated Tomcat, I hated all of them. They like the Big Rooster for some reason.
Oh, you liked
I sick.
what's his name? I can't remember his name.
Foghorn Leghorn.
You got Foghorn Leghorn.
Or like, I didn't hate all of them. So like, I liked The Martian and I liked Elmer Fudd, but those was antagonists. They're normally with Bugs and Daffy. But like, yes, if it wasn't Bugs or Daffy, yeah, I hated that shit too. like I didn't even really want to give it a chance. But yeah, my grandmother was I felt like that's the cartoon she felt like was appropriate. Go figure. It's the most inappropriate cartoon. What weird change of fate is that?
They wonder why you're so fucked up now.
Or this is an off thing that I would have to ask my mom, only because my mom has a story, and I don't even remember this happening, of my grandmother was concerned about what cartoons I was watching. And it was Dexter's Lab because she was like, he's watching something and they calling him stupid and this and that. And she was like, I sat down with you one day and watched all the cartoons. We watched Dexter's Lab, Kurt's Cowardly Dog, Powerpuff Girls. I liked them all. I didn't see a problem with them. But I have no recollection of this whatsoever.
I wasn't allowed. There was a couple of cartoons I wasn't allowed to watch as a kid for a little bit. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Why?
I guess my mom felt like it was a little too scary.
Nah, that bitch was scary. I'm not even. There was some episodes that traumatized.
Cat Dog. I don't know why I wasn't allowed to watch Cat Dog, but I wasn't allowed to watch Cat Dog until I got older. At a certain age, she stopped giving a fuck. She just let me watch whatever.
Yeah.
But I know Courage and Cat Dog were the two.
And you're not the only person because I've heard friends say they couldn't watch certain stuff on the shows. And I think if I know my mom and what she's going to say, there was inappropriate stuff in all of them, but hell, you weren't old enough to figure it out. So I'm going to let it slide because like that would be the argument that the Courage Cowardly Dog thing, that was secretly scary as shit. Like, so
That show is so scary.
So like,
I actually used to like turn the channel because it would like, Because I actually still have a recurring nightmare because of the spider episode. You remember that one? When
Bro, I
it
hate
was coming out,
spiders, but
when it was coming, they were coming out the drains and shit.
yeah, it was the
I
cat.
still
too.
have dreams like that sometimes.
I think I think that's where some of my phobia comes from. Because I feel like I read that they come through the drains. Not my drain, because I had shit. I let water go through that motherfucker for no reason. They gonna get drowned fucking with me. But there's 2 episodes that visually stick with me from Courage. It's The Return to Slab, iconic.
Return.
But like I literally couldn't watch. I remember I was either 4 or 5 when that aired. And like I'm the golden child in my family. Weird tangent, but it's like I got everything I want. I was a favorite. And that rubbed my uncle and the aunt the wrong way. Man, when they realized that I hated it, they tortured me with it. And this back in the golden years of cartoons, when if that bitch airs on Monday, that bitch will be on again Wednesday and Friday. And if it's a hot show, the bitch will rerun every single day, at least. And I do remember something, hey D, come in here, something, what's up? And like it was on the screen. And it was like, bro, this is literally a setup in a sitcom. My uncle got me in, cool, behind the door, closed the door. What's up? And then like they played and like I'm crying for dear life trying to get out the room. That shit was so jarring.
That's so dark. That's low-key child abuse.
And then the second episode, it didn't scare me like this because this was years later. So this is probably one of the episodes in the last season. But it's the one with the Vandals. Something about that is so ominous. If the lighthouse stopped running, the damn skeletons show up.
Oh.
Something
Yeah,
about that is so fucking dark.
It is a weird episode.
Because like all the episodes are dark in their way. Nah, bro, this actually takes it up a little bit more. Like this shit looks like an actual horror movie because they dropped. I don't know what it's called. Like I guess they animated it differently because they didn't change the production because it's all drawn, but they drew it like a horror movie. Like it had like that weird gradient on the screen to show that it was kind of real or low budget. The whole episode was a lot darker, like just in terms of visuals. And it was just like their backstory is weird. The weird designs on that shit look kind of demonic. And them niggas just, shit was just scary as all hell.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I watched an episode enough to really remember it, but I remember it kinda.
And that's why I think it's one of the newer ones. I think for my money, that's the scariest episode. But people don't remember like the slab one. Because the slab one's actually the first season. Go figure. So everybody's seen that. But yeah, the Courage, I can see why people said, I can see why your mom would tell you not to watch Courage, but yeah. If I feel like my mom at the end of the day, if I have you not watching one episode because of one show because of an episode of a sexual innuendo, well, shit, I'm gonna have you not watching a lot of cartoons.
Yeah.
Damn Pixar movies have damn sexual innuendos, many that I did not catch until recently. You know?
When you go back and watch like kids anything, any kids media, except maybe like Dora and like real small kids, but like. If they expect parents to be in the theater when you're watching it or in the room while you're watching it, there's some sex jokes in there. There's no way there's not.
We're going to entertain y'all. And it's one of those things of, hell, this is how media should be. We're going to give you something to laugh at that the kids aren't really going to notice. Like, you do a great job if the kids laugh because they assume it's something else when it's a whole different thing.
Right. For me, I would catch sexual innuendos, but at least the more upfront ones. As a kid, I wouldn't know why it was funny, but I would still laugh because I know it's supposed to be funny. Does that make sense?
Yeah. You're laughing because you know you should know, but like you don't know why.
I know this is a joke, and I know I should laugh here.
Boy, I was an innocent kid back then. I think I used to just laugh. But it used to be for a whole reason that didn't even make sense with the reason that they came up with. I don't know, shit just funny, man.
I knew something was up.
Or like head jokes always got me. Like it's like, oh, if a nigga's head get tossed, oh, I got the head. Or she gave me some head. Yeah, that's pretty funny to me. And they didn't understand. They was like, damn, her head popped off. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah. not until when you get older. Oh, you should get me some head. It has different contexts. Courage is one of the shows. Since we're on the topic, that's one of those shows that in my mind I put top 5, but it slowly slides down just because of great competition. I think if it lasted longer,
I think it had a really long runtime.
and
It ran for at least 5 years.
and it rarely ran longer is a bad phrase. If there was more episodes,
Okay, fair enough.
I feel like it would stick out because I rewatched it and there's really no real low points. Some episodes I still don't like as much, but they're not bad episodes.
That's any
Yeah.
show. It's gonna be episodes that you like. This is an okay episode.
And so, like, I think they just not knowing. I didn't know that they ended it back then. I think everybody who watched cartoons back then will admit that they probably seen the last episode, but they didn't know it was the last episode, especially since it was still in syndication. But yeah, I feel like it could have ran for like another season or two. I put it like this: people understand that I hate SpongeBob, and I didn't hate it as much back then, but I didn't like it still. I hate the fact that SpongeBob has outlived stuff that is obviously better, and now it's kind of rewriting history to where people think SpongeBob was always the best cartoon. It wasn't the best cartoon on his damn show for the longest time. Maybe it'd be in some people's favorites, but like in 2004, it was hard pressed for people to be like, "Oh, it's obviously better than Fairly Odd Parents. It's better than Jimmy Neutron." Like it was hard pressed for people to say that. But now since it's outlived them 2 times, oh yeah, it was always better than Fairly Odd Parents. No,
The Fairly Odd Parents have a very strong fall off.
and that's where I'm not for the rewriting history. If we can state facts, they did fall off hard. Yes, they did. Jimmy Neutron stopped releasing episodes before Fairly Odd Parents even fell off.
Mm-hmm.
Did not make the shows bad. That still don't change the fact when they were all running back in their primes, they were equals. SpongeBob was not superior to them in their primes. It just outlasted them, which is no problems. SpongeBob outlasted everything on the Golden Era Cartoon Network. Nah, SpongeBob's not better than K&D. Not better than Courage. He is better than Johnny Bravo, I'll give it that. But like,
Yeah, Johnny Bravo's kind of 2-dimensional.
yeah, it wasn't better than Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Like, there are shows that were just better, but did not last as long. And it sounds like I'm a hater on SpongeBob, and I could be, because like I am just sick of that shit, bro. It does have funny memes, and it's like I can enjoy that. I just don't enjoy the retconning of that shit was the most superior kid show of all time.
Interesting.
Yeah, but
Well, we see what you said on SpongeBob.
actually, I feel like Cartoon Network was always a superior brand too.
I feel like Cartoon Network had better quality, like Kids Next Door, Dexter,
Grim Adventures.
Grim Adventures.
There was a bunch of shit. Like, well, we're shortchanging.
Yeah.
And it's like, let me go ahead and just, seeing as this will be an episode about it,
Ed Nettie.
And like, these things are goated. And for me, Nick, the reason why I named the same 3, nah, bro, I'm not gonna hold you. The only Nick shows that I really loved was Jimmy Neutron, Fairly Odd Parents, and I did like SpongeBob. Like, I will acknowledge SpongeBob was good. I didn't really like a whole bunch of Nick shows. I mean, I watched them.
I don't really like. I remember what other Nick show was there?
Hey Arnold, goated.
Oh yeah, Hey
Forgot
Arnold.
about that.
I actually did not watch a lot of Hey Arnold. Fun fact.
I don't know how I did. Like, I feel like most people our age, like specifically our age, not 21-year-olds, not 33-year-olds, because that somehow it fucks up the scale because those are whole gaps in cartoons. I watched a shit ton of Hey Arnold. Like, I'm talking a whole lot.
I didn't. I thought it was a good show. I just didn't watch it.
I did think it was a good show for the longest time. I just couldn't escape that damn thing. I feel like at some point in my life, I was stuck with Doug, Hey Arnold, and Arthur. God, bro, y'all giving me a hard pick. I guess I go with Hey Arnold. I feel
Doug was
like
a show I did not like. I hated Doug.
I grew to like
I
Doug.
thought Doug was so boring.
and it's supposed to be boring, but I'm a kid, bro. Make them niggas fight, man. Make them niggas get superpowers or something. Like,
My nigga was imagining himself as a superhero and imagining himself as a quail.
with no power. He imagines himself with no powers. Who does that? Rugrats, goated. Take back what I said. I think Rugrats is the #1 Nickelodeon show. I think Rugrats is Nickelodeon's equivalent to Kids Next Door. Vice versa, because Rugrats came
I mean,
first.
I guess it's like Babies Next Door, but yeah, go ahead.
But it's like when you watch a show and they take so much time to build the world based off of hours, but yet they still put a spin on stuff. Like just hearing some of the stupid stuff the babies used to say was golden because that's how kids perceive that. Or like in the movie, this is one off the top of my head. When they gave him the locket, it was like, these are my responsibilities. Or
Responsibilities now.
And I didn't even know.
Can't have them no more.
I didn't even know that bitch was a locket, or I thought the bitch was the definition of responsibilities. I thought, like, I don't know what I thought. I was just with them, like, yeah, bro, he got to handle his responsibilities. You don't want to fuck that up. Oh, yeah, like that, and it's. I don't think I've ever seen shows like Rugrats and K&D just take like simple stuff.
You know what show was really fucking good?
What?
Rocket Power.
Oh,
I forgot about Rocket Power.
but even still, I think this is kind of before our time cartoons. Like I think we got
No,
that
Rocket Power was coming out when I was a kid. Like when I was like it might have released like outside of my targeted age range, but it was still on while I was in the target age range.
I felt like I saw that tail end of that. Like I liked it.
I watched. I think I've watched at least 90% of the episodes.
I wonder if our Nickelodeon stations aired different stuff. Because Rocket Power and Hey Arnold was pretty much, in the same bracket.
Yeah.
I watched a shit ton of Hey Arnold. Not because I went out of my way, because it was there. I liked Rocket Power, but I didn't watch a lot because I feel like it only came on early in the morning. And that was it. Like, I don't think I've ever seen that bitch after school.
No. It was a weekend and mornings show.
Okay, so that does. But I was about to say, I feel like I could only catch that bitch before I went to school. And that was it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it came on the weekends. But I think new episodes dropped like on Saturdays or some shit like that.
Okay. Just making sure. I'm about to say, I thought you were like, I watched that bitch every day after school.
Nah, it wasn't an everyday thing for me, but like when it came on, I was like, oh shit, Rocket Power, cool.
And that's how I was like, Rocket Power was the shit. I just couldn't watch it. And so that's why I feel like we were at the dying end of it. For the fact that it was, because I feel like most people our age are
I think it was like, I think what it was just less popular than the other primetime shows, but it was still popular enough for them to put out new episodes. So it was one of those, we're going to slide this in when we can.
Yeah, because like most people our age are like, oh yeah, Rocket Power used to fuck with it. Like, it's funny how many people fucked with it, but it was giving pretty much the dead hours, the hours to go out there and die, basically. Like,
one thing that Nickelodeon used to do, they used to do
shorts.
Yeah, they used to do shorts. Fun fact, that's where Adventure Time got to start at.
Bro, I stand with this. And this is why I think just media in general, like films, new TV shows and stuff, whatever. The reason we keep recycling old ideas, old concepts, because people are afraid to fail. Those shorts was a great idea because Cartoon Network used to do the same thing. And it's like, there's some shorts.
Cartoon Network did that?
Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy wasn't his own show.
Yeah,
it was a short with Evil Concarney.
Yep.
And I loved Evil Concarney.
It was so good.
I loved Evil. And I remember, so it's 30 minutes for a show. So you got 10 minutes of each. And like they were, because it was called, because neither had its full name. It was called like The Evil Adventures of, like it was like the Concarney and Grimm, something like, the names were combined. They weren't the separate show yet until they became separate shows. Kids Next Door was a short. We talked about it last week. The pool episode, the first episode was boxed in with this shit called like Kenny and the Monkey or something. But either way, those were shorts. And I feel like people are afraid to fail. Or like, Every great show started off as a short. SpongeBob wasn't SpongeBob an adult cartoon at first?
I think the original concept was it was going to be an adult cartoon.
And so like they got shafted. I think they wanted to appear on Adult Swim. Now, that could be factually incorrect because there probably wasn't Adult Swim back then. I'm not for certain about the time period, but they revamped it to fit a kid's audience. I think people just don't want to fail. This is how you do it.
Yeah.
Most people had hit shows on the networks, probably had 2 or 3 other shorts that only had that short and then went away.
I mean, you gotta think like the guy who made Phineas and Ferb. He got rejected for like 5 to 10 years or something like that, and then finally Disney gave him a shot. And that's probably the biggest show, the biggest cartoon in the last decade.
I could say there's an argument that it is Disney's biggest cartoon, only because in its wake there was nothing even opposing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there was nothing.
I mean, that was the only Disney show that I watched.
Because like back in the day, they had Lilo and Stitch, so I didn't watch Disney. I felt like even back then I knew time was a huge thing.
My priorities was Cartoon Network,
Nickelodeon.
Nickelodeon, Disney.
Yeah, and it's like even back then as a kid, I valued time. Bro, I don't got enough time to watch all this shit. If I had to choose between Lilo and Stitch and motherfucking Ed and Eddie, damn Lilo, you up out of here. I gotta watch that. I gotta watch the Ed and Eddie episode for the 5th time this week.
So like, I had a sister and we would share a TV. So like, I would be forced to watch certain shows. So Lilo and Stitch I watched. The Aladdin show that I watched.
Kim Possible.
I actually went out my way to watch Kim Possible. Kim Possible actually was a good show.
These were good shows. I just had to make a decision.
Well, because the Kim Possible usually came on at night, and like it came on at night, like on a Wednesday. So I would watch it because there's nothing else on TV at night on a Wednesday.
Yeah, and bro, people don't understand not having streaming and there being certain hours of the night where the people aren't putting the good shows on.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, shit, bro, I might as well give this a try. And say, oh shit, I actually fuck with this. Like this is my
pretty
show.
good. And it was I think the openings back in the day, the opening songs were just slaps. Every time it was a bop. Kim Possible. Codename Kids Next Door had a good opening. Dexter's Laboratories smacked. SpongeBob's iconic.
You know what's funny? I don't disagree with you that they're not good. Yeah, they don't leave an impression on me. Like I visualized every word that you said, and I know the theme songs. I know how it goes. They're okay. I mean,
even Ed and Eddie's had to. Maybe because I grew up as a music kid, so it's like I was like, oh, these are. Even as a kid, I was like, these are bops.
I was about to say, like, I wouldn't put that, in the Hall of Fame with all the other classical arts.
Like, what I'm saying is like that put it over the top for me. If it had a good opening,
I guess for me, and it's like this is not the same. We don't include this. I was watching Dragon Ball Z, and like I was watching anime back then.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact, and I stand this: anime was not a term back then. I swear to you, it wasn't. They were just cartoons.
So like, it was a thing, but we weren't calling it anime.
I was about to say, I guess in the Western,
it wasn't in our dialect yet.
Because I just seen a commercial where they called a DBZ a cartoon. I know they were called cartoons.
Yeah, it was called cartoons.
But like watching those, and if somebody was asking me, boom, what was the most fire theme songs of cartoons you watched? Without splitting them up and just going by back then, that Rock the Dragon was fire. I can think of some other, like I can't think off the top of my head. Like, and this is how I knew I liked anime. I didn't even know they were anime until after a while. It was like, oh, this is why I like those a little bit more than regular stuff. And then like, I've always known the Inuyasha outro. Somehow that bitch always, you retweeted something, always missed a full episode. That bitch always woke me up. I'm talking, it was always louder than the episode. It's, you're like, damn, I need to turn that motherfucker down.
It was either if you fell asleep watching Cartoon Network,
Yep.
you woke up by that. If you fell asleep watching Nickelodeon, it was George Lopez.
George Lopez, or if you're really out of it, fucking Full House. Damn, man. Full House always, and I know this for facts. Full House came from 5 to 6. It was the last show on Nick before the Nick at Night before it switched over. I know that for cold hard facts, and you can check it.
That's
Because that'll be one of the last things I watch before it's time to get ready for school. Damn, bro, I didn't even make it to the cartoons. But yeah, like always, the anime shows always had fire theme songs and outros, which they share that. That's what they've come to know. So those have always warped what I thought of
Your
regular
perception.
cartoons.
Yeah.
But like even back then, I was comparing it to it, and it was cartoons. Bitch came on it, or another one that's actually a cartoon, but I kind of consider anime. Man, the fucking Code Lyoko.
Code
That
Lyoko.
was my shit.
I like Code Lyoko. Fun fact: that's a French cartoon.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. I didn't know that till like I don't know, probably 5 years ago. But
They don't have too many French specific stuff, if that makes sense. Because
Yeah,
it's
I'm
not
just-
set in France.
yeah, well, it is. But
It is?
Yeah, they never say it, but it is.
I was about to say,
And like the original dub is in French, so like what we have is the English dub.
yeah,
Yeah.
makes sense. They probably switched their names too.
Yes.
Makes sense. I was about to say their name's not French. Like I know a French name, like it's not like Jacques
Yeah, they're
or
not
John.
Pierre.
Yeah, like his name is fucking odd. No, that's not a French name. Yumi is not a French name.
Well,
I know she's Japanese.
Yeah,
but it's like,
I don't think they changed Yumi. Yumi's the same, but yeah, it is a French show, and a lot of people don't know that. And there's a lot of like fun facts about cartoons that you learn once you're older and you actually can look stuff up, especially in this day and age where there's like more access to the internet. There's more information on the internet than it was then. I mean, I guess if you dug deep enough, you could find that shit back then.
but you also needed like resources. Because it's like, back then if something got canceled, if you were fucking 21 back then, you could possibly go to the library or do this and look up why ain't Rocket Power coming back on? I fucked with it. And then you get the article of the headlines and this and that. But you being 7 or 8, no, it's just gone.
My show is not up here no more.
You're not getting answers
Yeah.
by no stretch of the imagination. So, and I feel like a lot of shows that we are not thinking of, because I feel like if I see it, it'd be like, oh shit, that was fire. It just escaped my mind because, hey, it was gone. Like once it's gone, it's just gone.
Did you rock with Ben 10? I think that came out like around like 4th, 5th grade, I think.
I did for a little bit. The OG
original.
one for facts.
Yeah, OG one.
But I don't know what happened. It just started, I think, feeling convoluted. I don't even think the writers really knew what to do with it.
I know towards the end of the second series, it got a little.
Did the first series ever end?
It technically ended. There was a climax, but like no big resolution because everybody is still a player in the
Yeah.
like no bad guy was permanently put away. No, like Vilgax didn't die.
And that's what it's like, I guess for me, as the series progressed, what are you fighting? Because it's obvious that Vilgax became like secondary antagonist. So what is the conflict? Because
Well, it's Ben 10 has always been like a monster of the day kind of show, right?
Mhm.
And then you might have some reoccurring bad guys that pop up.
yeah,
But the big bad was always going to be Vilgax, and it was always going to be that conflict. And it was them not being able to put each other away was the kind of storyline.
I'm about to say, because it was cool. And it was cool that he kept adding, like, the Matrix kept adding DNA as it went.
Mhm.
But it just felt like, what's the point of watching anymore? And then, because they had the other series. I don't remember. Was it Ben 10? I don't.
I think it's Ultimate Aliens is the sequel series.
Yeah, but they had that running with the original. But part of me is like,
No, the original had ended, and then the new show had started, but they were showing reruns.
reruns.
Yeah.
I possibly could have watched all the Ben 10 episodes. Possibly, I'm not for certain. But it's like I knew when that new series was out, I was still seeing new episodes. Not saying that they were new, but they were new to me. But what the fuck is going on? Is this the same series? Why are they drawing differently? And then if it is, why the hell do you have
The idea where they changed the art style is because their audience had grown up, so they were trying to make it more a mature look and transition them into something, like basically grow the audience with the kids.
Yeah.
Which I think is a pretty decent idea.
The idea is solid, but I feel like more shows have died than
Shit, they did like 8 seasons of Ultimate Aliens.
And
so
I
they
don't
did
know
great.
how. Every time I seen it, instant boop. Whatever's on Nick, you got me. Whatever.
I don't know. They did good, dog. They even put out 2 live action movies.
Bro, them shits really sucked.
Hot garbage.
I don't know how they got to the second one. Like, I feel like when you're riding high, you always try the first one. Bro, the first one was really bad. The only equivalent I can give is if they tried to redo that damn Dragon Ball Z movie with the same cast. Y'all didn't learn the first time.
Oh, didn't learn? All right.
And so Ben 10 is one of those things that could have been goated. I felt like it fell short of GOAT, but it's very memorable.
It's in the for me is in the high category of top 28. It's not a random number, but I feel like it's in there. I could think of 28 better shows.
It's something that had so much potential. It wasn't bad. It just fell short. Yeah. A cartoon though that fits that theme. And so like I know plenty of creators have tried to age their cartoons with the demographics, but some failed. Like Rugrats to All Grown Up, I like both, but All Grown Up was a failure.
Should have got. I think it was more than good enough to get more seasons.
Yeah, but like so back then we wouldn't know this. I did not know how goddamn record setting Rugrats was in its time. So because it was so like, since Rugrats is here, All Grown Up being here doesn't cut it, even though the rest of the shows are there. So like it made it look bad by comparison.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you don't give up.
Yeah, like I loved All Grown Up.
I wouldn't have given up on that show. I'd be like, okay, we have something, let's develop it. Because I'm sure Rugrats didn't start off at the pinnacle that it was at.
Yeah.
So like, we have these characters, they're decent. Let's run it. I would at least have given it 2 seasons. I think it got a half a season.
I think it got a full season.
I don't remember a whole like 12 episodes. I remember like 6 at best.
But I can tell you some episodes. Like, that's why I think I feel like it's a full season. I can tell you a bunch.
But I also watched it in a time where there was not streaming.
True.
So I could not go see every episode.
That bitch
just caught it. I never knew when that show was coming on.
I knew when it came on, but I don't know now. Like, I knew when I think it came on before. It's going to sound like I'm lying. I think it came on before school, but you got to understand, this is back in the day. Bro, that lineup changed like every 6 months.
Yeah.
I think the lineup does change every 6 months. And it goes from, if you have, your up and comers that caught fire, they go from the early and late hours to the daytime. And then that's your old guard that's losing steam. They possibly either go to the later hours or the early slots, or they get canned completely for something new. All Grown Up came out before. And I guess I need to clarify. I feel like it came out. It used to run early, like in 4th and 5th grade. Because I know I used to watch that.
I could never catch it. Never catch it.
But like I can say wholeheartedly, I never came home from school and watched that shit.
Yeah, no.
Like I can't.
The one time I remember, it was like on a Sunday because my cousin was over, and he always just come over after church. So I knew he was like, it has to be on a Sunday, and it was probably 8-9 o'clock when it came on. That's a super random memory that I have, but like.
But to circle back to my show that aged up perfectly, and Brother's like one of my guilty pleasure shows, As Told by Ginger. That's my shit, boy. Though the one with the girl, the black girl with the red hair with the fucked up lips, like,
What the fuck?
hey, bro, when you
Do I
see
not
it,
remember this show?
bro, it was a girl show. You know, back then when you're young, you don't watch girl shows. But I just
If I had a girl show that I like to watch, oh, she was black.
I assume
a
she
white
was
girl.
black. Her mom was black.
Oh, was her mom black?
So like obviously she's black, and they do look lighter in comparison. But it's like when you see her mom, it's like shit. Her mom look a little beefy now since she's ginger. It does.
Maybe she's a mixed race girl. I guess.
Could be.
I think her mom's white. I think they're both white. Though.
Ah, shit.
They just draw characters like that.
Bro, white people want to be dark so goddamn badly because they have whiter people on the show. Yeah.
White people come in multiple shades.
Yeah, I guess so. Nowadays. But that was my show because they had them in I want to say either start off in middle school. Yeah, I think it started off in middle school, so it had your normal middle school problems. And so they had this guy. He was black for facts, and he was a nerd. He was in braces, got picked on. And as the show progressed, he got out the braces. They got taller. They started experiencing relationship problems instead of school problems. Then they get turned into a jock as he got older. Like his actual physique in the show switched. Cock diesel now.
They poked him up.
Damn, bro. Like you went from that little nerd with the little braces. And mind you, this isn't braces in 2010. This is braces where it look like a goddamn bear trap on your face.
the Halo one.
Bro, it's weird to what you remember. There was an episode where they had like an industrial magnet and that nigga got stuck.
Like, I watched that show like in past. Like, it was one of those shows where like nothing else is on. I guess I'll watch this.
And I'm pretty sure that's what I did. And I just got hooked. Like, oh, like
That's funny.
I think these are the origins of my slice of life that I like because they didn't do nothing crazy.
Yeah.
It was just like grounded. The storyline, bro. When he became a jock, the ongoing storyline was like something. I used to fuck with you back then, but now you switched up and don't fuck with me now that you got your new folks. And like I think that's pretty much fucked up because the same niggas you keying with was terrorizing you back then. So look out for who you're real friends with. She did not say it nowhere near as cool as me. But like that was the message. But like that was some real shit. There was some real shit that I didn't even get really until high school when the damn thing was when they were taking place. Like if that would have re-aired, I think they don't get the credit they deserve because they came on too early. Well, early in terms of like time, but I mean early like in terms of decade. I think it became a decade later. It would have been fired. Because like all the messages are grounded, this and that, and like it's real life stuff you can take from it. It aged well. Like I've never seen the characters actually grow. I think they switched clothes multiple times. We discussed that in anime. God, for some reason, if you switch clothes constantly,
Oh my
and you fire, you're fired.
goaded.
And it just
Outfit change. Holy shit.
bro, if you just change outfits every other episode, I'd be good. If you change outfits once a season, I'd be good. But if you do that bitch every episode, you're doing it for it's cold outside, I look like this. Bro, you go in.
Put the bubble coat on.
In that show, they had this girl that just always hated on her. Like it was just for no reason. She was richer, she was popular, she's more popular. She got any boys she wanted, but it doesn't matter. I could have all this. If Ginger even gets a hey, I need to figure out what the fuck they said hey to her for. Like,
Well, that's a serious hate. I remember this show a little bit more now. I'm pretty sure my sister watched it. But
if your sister didn't watch it, how's she more nigga than me? I don't. To me, it's no way your sister.
I know it wasn't in her top 5, dog.
This is so much of a dark horse for me that if we're going over like just cartoons in general, this is in my top 20 cartoons. And for Nick, it's for facts top 10. We just went over. Hell, it's kind of hard to come up with 10 Nick cartoons that were goated. I'm not gonna say this is goated, but this is the tier right under. This is probably Baby Goop.
Shit. That conversation took me out my. I had a point. Fuck.
About the show Agent with the People.
I was gonna move on to the next topic. I figured we covered it pretty well.
Well, we can switch over. Well, before that, on the outfit things, I feel like one show started doing it and it all caught on because in Ed and in Eddie, they started kind of changing their outfits. Same colors, they started adding layers. Like the colorways was exactly the same, but if it was snowing outside, Eddie's normal short sleeve shirt would be long sleeve. Same design and everything, and he'll have like a scarf and earmuffs. Double D would have the same exact thing on, but put on a jacket. And, well, shit, the nigga already wears that 24/7. He's good. And Ed would just put on earmuffs because he's already in a jacket.
So,
and shit.
how long did it take you to realize that it was a hat? It took me forever to realize that was a beanie. I was like, why does his hair look like that?
I think I always knew it was. I knew it wasn't his hair, but whenever it first came off, or people tried to take it off, so it's a hat.
That's what I noticed. I was like, oh, it's a hat. But like it took me way longer than I am proud to say. I put it like that.
I think I only knew it was a hat because I just knew that it couldn't be nothing else. Like I thought it was a sock for a little bit of time.
I thought after I figured out it was it wasn't his hair. I was like, oh, it's like a, I don't know. I thought it was like a stocking cap or some shit.
I thought it was a stocking cap because he had the hair sticking out. You know, he had the little cornrows sticking out the back. But fun fact, you know it wasn't because like they showed an episode of him waking up out the bed. He does wear a stocking cap.
Holy shit! I forgot about that episode.
So like that's not a stocking cap because he actually wears one.
My niggas wears a beanie every day. This goddamn cholo.
Bro, it's like, because I remember this one meme where it's like, you know, Double D has all the waves, this and that. No, he has hair sticking out. Those are braids. You know, his braids are like Allen Iverson style up under that bitch. Chris is a motherfucker under that beanie. That was the first show ever that I can remember not paying off something, but like they didn't touch it. Bro, I thought one day they would show what was under that damn hat, but they knew that there was nothing they could draw.
It would be like, oh yeah.
that would live up to all the one. The nigga wore the hat every single episode. I think he flipped out whenever it was revealed.
Yeah.
So there was just nothing, and even to this day, what the fuck was going on with that nigga's head?
My man was bald.
Bro, that's what I thought. He's bald. He's patching a few areas. So this is where the hair come down. But like there was one where it was like it came off and Ed and Eddie saw it and it was like Eddie was like my eyes and Ed was like, does it hurt? Is it a tumor? Is it like that? Like what could it be? I guess some could say Eddie was just over exaggerating the emotion, but if I would recant if he over exaggerated, not by much. Like whatever that was just so jarring. Like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, this is the first show I could ever tell you that it did not pay off. It didn't pay off one thing. We actually got to see that nigga's brother, so it worked. It worked in my books. I thought we was never going to see. That was the thing that I thought we was never going to see. I didn't think we was ever going to see that nigga's brother, mainly because we never seen adults. So why the hell would we see the older brother?
I thought, did we see their teacher that one time they go to school?
We seen their hands.
Yeah, we see like hands and feet. Yeah.
But we never seen faces. Old trope back then. For some reason. No, it's not for some reason I read. When it's a kid show, kids want to feel that there's no adults present. Peanuts, cow and chicken. Their parents was present, but there's actually no thing that you barely seen the top of them. Mm-hmm. You always seen the bottom, like the legs is animating. Ed and Eddie. Never seen a face. You even seen baby pictures and family pictures, but they would they would zoom in to them and have the other parts, or like there would be decoration on the wall covering
cover it up. Yeah. Or it's like a shadow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They always do that.
And so like, yeah, fun fact, one of those things that you can't really appreciate now in cartoons. Y'all see adults all willy-nilly. Back in my day, I had to imagine what them niggas look like. Ooh.
But don't you think that's kind of lazy? Like, you're making this dude have to work.
Oh.
That's what the parents look like.
I do. And then it's like, their reasoning, obviously was stupid because they don't do it no more. But I guess, I don't know, I guess 90s kids were stupid. But we were born in the 90s, so we're 90 kids. No, I guess 90s kids who was 8 in the 90s was stupid. I guess that shit worked on.
I think that just like carried over from like the Peanuts and like Charlie Brown and them.
Yeah.
Because
like most people don't notice it with the people like with Peanuts until like you bring it up. Oh wait. Parents weren't, but their parents are there because they handle stuff off screen.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't see them because it was like they did have parents. They didn't say they didn't have parents.
They weren't in the show.
Yeah, they were just always conveniently home, away, at work when all this stuff happened. Yeah. Well, one of the tropes on this best.
So let's talk a little bit about new age cartoons. So I guess I'm gonna put it anything that came after
2015. Well, let's say 2012. I consider the death of Cartoon
Yeah.
Network in 2012.
That's strong.
It could be a slow death because there's great shows. Of obviously Adventure Time goated, regular show goated, until some niggas Teen Titans Go goated. Not this nigga.
I think Teen Titans Go is a great sketch comedy show.
I was about to say if people think it goated, I think it's fighting for bronze.
But we're gonna circle back to what I just brought up. Regular Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans, such a great show.
Bro, I watched this YouTube series. Go follow us, CJ the Champ. He does pretty much Black Air Force energy villains, and it's like
Slade.
I watched it and I knew Slade, but watching him go through, like, I haven't watched the regular Teen Titans in God knows how long. Hell, since whenever the day it stopped airing on Cartoon Network, I hadn't seen it since. Bro, that nigga was a whole menace. And like, not just a menace of how we remember it. But bro, he was whooping Robin's ass. Like their first 3 appearances wasn't even him. He got into Robin's head without ever even meeting the nigga. Like, bro, we FaceTime 3 times and I'm all in your psyche. Like, my robots was whooping your ass, which just, got in his psyche even more. Damn, this nigga's making robots to do this. That nigga must be goated.
Like that.
Like, he's probably the first villain that I've ever seen just do not die. And not that bullshit at the end where he gets hit with a death beam, but like he flies out the Earth's atmosphere, but it revealed that it didn't kill him. No, this nigga actually dies. He actually gets mortally wounded, and he comes back from hell. Like,
He teams up with Raymond's dad and comes back.
he was dead and gone, bro. This not even a safety precaution. He just had a last little fun from the grave. He rigged his mask to make Robin hallucinate getting his ass whooped. But like, it's like hallucination. Well, I guess now hallucinations can be so strong that they affect you physically.
Mm-hmm.
But he's getting his ass beat. Like these aren't hallucinations. He's actually getting beat.
Yeah.
But like there was no reason for Slade to do this. He's dead. Like, this isn't a safety precaution once again, because this is after he dies. This is just one last way to fuck with you.
If there's ever a chance that you actually win this shit.
You feel, because what's the chance of you having my mask? That means you took you took me down. Nah, bro, the original Teen Titans was goated. The way the cliffhanger, which I don't know if it was meant to be, or they just didn't get renewed, or when Tara came back.
They didn't get renewed.
Like, bro, I was just so fucked up about that. Like, this bitch is back. Bro, she is bad news.
But doesn't remember anything.
And all I'm thinking is, bro, we've already seen niggas come back. She's with Trigon. Kill her. If you don't kill that bitch, I would have wasted no time, bro. I just have to plead my case to the cops. You killed this innocent schoolgirl who had no recollection of the events. Bro, I got to plead my case to the jury because, bro, I'm going to show y'all evidence of what the fuck this bitch is capable of. And I think that's why I'm hard on Teen Titans. I don't think that's why I am.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I watched the show, Teen Titans Go is not a bad show. It's actually the most comic book based show
Mm-hmm.
of comic book based shows because they bring up anything. They're free to do that because they don't take themselves seriously. So they bring up the fact that there's a bunch of different Batmans. They bring up the fact
A
of
bunch of different Jokers.
Justice League. Like, I think they even brought up Marvel before. Like, they bring up that there's other heroes. But going from the seriousness of Teen Titans to that, if that was a Justice League show, I think I would be okay. This is what the spiritual successor of Teen Titans is. I can't figure out why Terra came back, but
I get this, yeah. But I think I like the show because all the references, and I think it's a good show. It's not nowhere near my top 50. But when it comes on and I have to watch it or whatever, I'm not upset.
I kind of feel that way about Gumball. Everybody knows I hate the animation, but it's a good show. Like, the references are solid. The show is solid. I just wish it was drawing goddamn differently. But
I like his style. I like Gumball style.
yeah, like it appeals to somebody that's not me, which is possibly kids. Like, that's what the kids like. Yeah. And so, yeah, like I brought up some good shows, but I do think Cartoon Network was slowly dying in 2012. Only to prove my point that is that bitch really like shutting down? Is it getting sold? Or like all that means? Like,
I don't know.
because it looks kind of real, but I don't even know what it means. Like, are they gonna lose their channel? Like, I don't.
I know they're trying to rebrand and do some different stuff now. So they've got a new CEO or something like that. So
And so, like, yeah, I think it's a slow death. I think it started declining because the way this topic came about, we were talking about what's that?
Uncle Grandpa was his that was a downfall.
We Bear Bears too.
I think We Bear Bears is more close to regular show and
Uncle
Adventure
Grandpa
Time.
is close to goddamn Teen Titans Go.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
Uncle Grandpa where it really started falling off for me.
And so I don't know what happened. We talked off screen. I feel like Cartoon Network lost the rights to some of its shows. You brought up a good point that how did they lose the rights to something that they bought and that they put out? But like it was just all at once, all the good shows. Like how we discussed back then, how old shows at least get the crappy slots at the back end and this and that, or like they wean. Oh, one gone, one comes, two goes, like this and that. No, it's like all within a year.
It's down to like 5, yeah.
Like they dropped Grim Adventures, and I'm not saying that they all got stopped being made. I'm talking they dropped from the channel. Like you could look up and just be like, damn. Like if you thought about it, I haven't seen that shit in a minute. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, Kids Next Door. Ed and Eddie stayed longer than them, but when regular show and Adventure Time was really like air, they were gone. Like they just dropped, and nothing really replaced them. For the amount of shows that dropped, the amount that came back, let alone that were good, is not sustainable. Like to me, it proved that there's something going on behind the scenes. Either they can't produce new cartoons, or they're not willing to pay to keep to keep the channel with consistent different shows. We named like 3 or 4. This isn't from.
I know a lot of cartoons. A perfect example of this is Chowder. A lot of cartoons don't make money being cartoons. They make money in toy sales.
Mm-hmm.
So if they're not making money off these shows anymore, Billy and Mandy, you know what I'm saying? I think they're having problems doing their toy sales. They don't have something that's really like Adventure Time was probably the last show that I can remember, that I really remember having like amazing toy sales.
Shit, I don't even remember toys for anything of what we listed. Like, I'm not, debating with you that this is not true, but I never bought a single toy shit.
Only ones I remember is Ben 10, Adventure Time, because they did all his swords and stuff.
That's probably what kept Ben 10 fucking around.
Oh yeah,
they did have amazing toys.
The toy sales was what kept Ben 10 kicking.
Toys was better than the damn show. Like, I swear to God. bought a shit ton of Power Rangers too. That's why them niggas said, boy, I probably had 6 different versions of Red Ranger. Boy.
Yeah, it's like those are the shows. Those are the things that keep shows going. So, and I think they're changing their model with that.
Mm.
So like now it's more ad based.
Okay.
So you got to get you playing the shows that get the most views, so you get the most money on your ads.
So was it just Cartoon Network or cartoons in general?
I think
Was
I think
Nickelodeon-
all cartoons are doing that now.
Well, not now, but like was SpongeBob selling a lot of toys? Like I don't remember a single
It-
SpongeBob toy.
SpongeBob merchandise in general, though.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, was Nick doing that? Because I don't remember a single. I don't remember a single toy for most of this shit. But I really don't remember a single toy.
Yeah, but SpongeBob.
Yeah, because kids
SpongeBob
does like
probably
SpongeBob
wasn't selling toys, but they were doing so much numbers.
Mm.
Well, it balanced itself out.
I thought the numbers were just the viewers. I thought the fucking views helped with.
It
money.
helped because like your ad revenue is based on how many views you get. Because then people are willing to pay more for those time slots, this and that.
Yeah.
But if you're not bringing in the numbers for views, still, we have to. And you're not selling toys
Yeah.
because you have less views, but you're making all the money in toy sales.
That's the only way I could see Ben 10 staying around. It's no way that bitch got 8 seasons. It's just no way.
It's a crazy mess. And they've rebooted it 4 times now.
That's the point. Like, it's just the fact that they keep rebooting is proving my point that nobody is really watching it because they keep rebooting that shit.
But the toy,
Yeah, and so it makes sense on the toy front. So they keep thinking it's a winner. Nah, bro, them shits are just toys. B.
Hasbro was putting in a work.
And so yeah, like now we're at the state of Cartoon Network now. And I don't even think they air Adventure Time, a regular show. All like talking about it. I'm like, oh, I had Cartoon Network on for like 2 days. I swear to God, that bitch was on Teen Titans Go.
No, they stopped airing Adventure Time, and they stopped airing
Regular show.
regular show. It's just Gumball, Craig of the Creek.
Craig of the Creek is
Craig of the Creek is actually a pretty good show.
Nickelodeon.
No,
Was Craig of the Creek Nickelodeon?
No, Craig of the Creek is Cartoon Network. Yeah, so it's that Teen Titans Go, Craig of the Creek. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and so that's you went from what we consider the golden era to 2000s. Shit, we could list off 6 or 7 of them things of stuff that we consider goated. For everyone that we consider goated, there's 1 or 2 other things that's playing that we can't remember. And we're not gonna sit here and say there's probably more than 3 shows. There's probably 6 all told. But that's a huge fall off from what it was.
Yeah, I
And
mean, so you had like back in the day there was Samurai Jack.
My gym partner is a monkey.
I hated that shit.
I hated that show, but that's what it came into my mind. For every 2 I think is goated, God, I hated that.
And it had so many seasons.
The point is, there's probably stuff that I hate so much that I blacked out from my
I
mind.
remember that show had a toy.
I remember that bitch had a video game.
It did have a video game.
And so, like, even Nick Nail, I came over and did business with one of my peoples. And so she was like, are you listening to this? Are you watching SpongeBob? Huh. Well, the story isn't much better. I fell asleep watching Friends. SpongeBob's been on from 6 to goddamn, it was 4 now. Bro, this is OD. Y'all niggas should be ashamed. This shit not even that good to do this. Like, and it wasn't a marathon because that bitch did it again yesterday. This bitch not even as good to be doing this.
They
Bro,
don't have nothing no more.
either get a new show or cancel the network because like y'all, this shit is pathetic. And it's a cycle because the argument can be made. We don't have enough people watching, so that's why we're not paying for other shows. Well, people aren't watching because you're playing the same damn thing. If you pay for more shows, maybe people will watch more. Like it's
Very true.
it's embarrassing, and I feel like they should. HBO has a bunch of Cartoon Network shows.
Not anymore.
Oh yeah, they are getting rid of that shit. The Cartoon Network they need to get their own.
No, HBO is just dodging taxes.
Oh yeah, they're there. They pretty much got rid of kid shows.
They
Kids
got rid of
television?
most of the animated shit.
Yeah,
Basically everything that's animated on their stuff is gone.
HBO used to be fire,
Yeah, it used to be great.
and it's like for me, me knowing that old stuff can be made new again,
Mm-hmm.
bro, why don't y'all just redo or just rerun these damn shows?
Well, Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans, is getting reruns on Cartoon Network now.
Ah,
They announced that a month or 2 months ago.
bro, I would rerun this shit like this bitch is new. Come out with toys and they were like, maybe we can catch fire again. And we don't even got to pay to make new episodes.
We can just run this shit again.
Like, that's what's getting me. And that's why I feel like some rights must be lost. Because even to your point, if they weren't making money,
As far as I know, they still own all those rights.
even though they weren't making money, you don't even got to pay to do this shit again. Like, it's already made in full. You just got to, oh, let's try it again. And just boop, boop, boop. Like, that's the point. That's the part that's getting me. Now, would I prefer for them just to make new shit? Yes. Just make some new shit. But when all else fails, yes, use the other fucking.
But you can do both. That's the thing. We can do both. Let's try some new shows out. Let's run some old stuff. We can put it in. We can put the old stuff in the less productive slots.
Mhm.
We can run the shows that are making us money.
Mhm.
But we can fill up some of this dead space with some old shows and run some new stuff and see where the cards will fall. If a whole bunch of people are watching Samurai Jack again, let's run it.
Mhm.
I don't know how Samurai Jack would work because that last season is very mature.
Yeah. Hell, you would stop where they kind of stopped at. Like,
the first run.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, I think, now that we're talking about it, I think the golden era of cartoons fucked Cartoon Network up in the long run. Because I know all through the 80s, through the 90s, cartoons have been doing the same structure of, your main stuff is in this slot. And then you got your experimental stuff in this slot. You got old stuff that's getting phased out in this slot. Like, that was a time-honored tradition all the way through hell. What do we give it up until at least like 2004 and 5 when they had shorts?
Shit, they were still kind of doing it during the Adventure Time. So like 2011, 2012, they were still kind of rocking that structure.
But I think they kind of got away from it when the shows became great. Like, and during the prime era, I swear to God, Codename Kids Next Door could come on at any fucking time.
Oh, bro, it was
I swear to God.
random times of the day.
Same thing for Grim Adventures of Billy and May. That's where that bitch could come on at any point. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't feel like these networks was structured. Not saying that they were in disarray, but they just had so much fruits of their labor they could just throw shit out there. I don't think they were really experimenting.
Yeah.
Because they stopped doing shorts. We know this for cold hard facts.
Yeah.
They stopped airing shorts. 'Cause it's like they got high on their own supply. They probably was doing record profits on everything, just in general. And when you get to the 2011, 2012, when things run its course, like, you get tired of some stuff. I'm not going to sit here and front like I wasn't sick of some of these shows that I talk about that was goated because they had 8 years of consistent playing. But once you get to the back end, you didn't do shorts. You didn't have stuff in production in the background. You didn't have this and that. Now you're kind of, oh, we're fucked. And I think that's what happened. Kind of with the same Nickelodeon thing. Fruits of our labor. Now, like, you saw how hard they tried to reinvent Fairly Odd Parents. They tried so freaking hard. Like, it's dead, bro.
They added a dog.
They added a baby. Then they added a dog. Then they added a new character, a new child. Like, that broke all the logic of the show that we knew from before. So y'all niggas can share fairies. Like, why the fuck was y'all niggas? Remember the little rich nigga wanted all to himself? Like, it was only you could either be with Timmy or that nigga. Oh, so y'all could share. This is a new plot point. Like, all these damn live actions. They had the 2 or 3 movies with Drake Bell. Then they redid that shit with a whole different nigga because Drake Bell got in those legal troubles.
Yeah, they can't run that shit no more.
And I'm like, bro, how the hell did y'all redo live action movies that sucked? Like, I think, and I know this for facts, I think they made a Fairly Odd Parents TV show that was just live action. I know for facts there was
I don't remember that.
It's new. I saw this bitch, I think, last year by accident. I thought it was a movie, but it was like, these are episodes. decent concept, but bro, it's dead, bro. It's kind of pathetic what y'all trying to do to hang on so badly to this IP. And it's like I'm not saying they're gonna lose it. Like, oh, we don't use it, we lose it. Just bro, come up with something else.
Yeah.
It's obvious that you don't have nothing else because you keep putting this shit out there. And so yeah, I think the golden era cartoons destroyed it. But you could rebuild, like how we said, take some of that old stuff, have people working on new stuff, and just redo the structure. There's a reason why that structure was lasted 10, 20 years. Because it worked. It was tried and true. Kids are going to wake up in the morning before school, watch something, go to school, come home, going to watch something after they do their homework, do their chores, and are going to watch more TV on Saturday and Sunday because that's when they're off. God, I miss Saturday morning cartoons.
Oh, bro. We didn't talk about Saturday morning cartoons at all in this whole episode, but we are coming up on an hour.
Yeah. I feel like cartoons back then, I'm not going to say definitively they were better because it's proved like Regular Show and Adventure Time is in my top 20 at least. One of them is in top 10. So it's like they're capable of making great cartoons. It's just the cartoon companies don't have a focus on making great cartoons. Kind of funny, right?
Yeah.
But tell us what you like. Tell us what your favorite cartoons was back in the day, the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, even now. Tell us why you liked them. Tell us some of your least favorites. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.
And we out.